And a handful of Canberrans you probably haven't heard of before have also been recognised in the hallowed halls of Old Parliament House, in the high country of the Snowy Mountains, and even outer space. Canberra's quiet achievers have been making their mark.
Some things are best done the old-fashioned way.
It's a twin lens reflex. It's a Rye cord. My father had one too. Very strong, but not too heavy. Weight was an essential ingredient for ski touring and bushwalking with a pack.
Klaus Huett and his trusty camera have spent decades scrambling the Snowy Mountains together. He moved to Australia from Germany as a youngster, and his father inspired his love of alpine culture.
My father had been a skier in Europe, so he knew about the thrill of the Alps and skiing and so on.
Later in life, he wanted to capture the history of this landscape, especially the Kosciuszko huts.
No one was doing anything about recording the history of these structures. So I thought, right, I'll go to it.
The mountains were a link between his old land and the new one.
Because I was a new Australian, I wanted to grow roots here. So I really sort of got into the place, really wanted to learn everything about it.
Ron Metcalf strolls through King's Hall like he was born here. Well, it must feel like he was sometimes.
I suppose I've been a public servant in a way all my life, and I came of course to the Prime Minister's Department in 1939.
The 92-year-old has spent decades volunteering as a guide at Old Parliament House.
The mace was a symbol of the King's authority. I've loved Canberra, and I've always been wanting to excite our local people, our visitors from overseas, our visitors interstate, to come to this city.
From close to home to galaxies far away, Brett Biddington has been honoured for working to maximise the vast possibilities of outer space. He's brought different players from the Australian space industry together and brought urgency to the idea of a national space policy.
It's so important up there for what we do on Earth.
From preserving and sharing history to creating a future as yet unimagined, Canberra is full of leading lights. Siobhan Henu, ABC News, Canberra.